everyone, I wanted to make this little guide for those who have just finished Portal 2 and are about to make some of their own test chambers. Of course, you don't have to follow anything I've said in this video, but I do hope you at least watch through it, so you can see where I'm coming from. With that out of the way, here's the first thing you need to know. 1. Your solution is not their solution. I'm going to use this analogy that I heard from this YouTuber. Think of the player as a river. You can't tell the river where to go. It just goes. And the river will always choose the path that has the least resistance. That means, while you have a clear idea on your test chamber solution, the player won't see the same solution as you. If they see an easier way to solve something, they will take it. If you don't want the player to solve your chamber the unintended way, then you need to playtest your chamber repeatedly and eliminate all the other ways the player can solve it. Of course, it can be a little bit difficult to eliminate all the other ways to solve your test, as the player will always find a way. But it doesn't mean it's impossible. Just be prepared to put a lot of work into your creation. 2. Don't make your puzzle overly complicated. While I do love a good puzzle, not everyone is a fan of really difficult puzzles. You can still do hard puzzles, you just need to make sure the player at least has a clear understanding on what to do. If you need an idea on what a good, hard puzzle is, then play some of the later puzzles in the main campaign of Portal 2 again. Notice how the developers did it. Take that lesson and apply it to your own work. That way, it's not just you and a select few that can enjoy your chamber. It is everyone, as not everyone is an expert like you. 3. Explain new elements more than once. Let's say you are making your test chamber in Hammer. There is a cool little green fizzler that works differently from the ones players are used to. While you may know how it works, someone who's never seen it before will not. So if you're going to use that green fizzler, you need to teach the player how it works. Here's what I was thinking. The player has just entered a room. They need to use their 2 portals to get across the gap. Soon after that gap is the green fizzler. With no other choice, the player goes through it and notices that the 2 portals are not gone. Right after that room, a cube drops from a tube and lands directly onto the green fizzler. This lets the player know that the cube can be on the green fizzler, unlike the other ones. They also learn that the cube cannot pass through the fizzler either. And since the player knows that their portals are unaffected, it should click to them on what they need to do. With those 2 lessons now in the player's mind, you can safely introduce them to the actual test chamber. The same thing will apply for other elements the player's not seen before, such as the yellow, purple, and pink fizzlers. All of them work differently from one another, so make sure you playtest each one of them, explain them in simple ways, and test the player twice to make sure they get it. But what if you've designed your test chamber where the element is only used once? What then? Well, here's what you gotta do. You gotta make the solution really easy, at least for your very first chamber introducing that element. After that, add a few more of them, but still make the puzzle easy. That way you can be certain that the player knows how this element works, allowing you to up the difficulty level if you want. 4. Play other people's test chambers. If you want some inspiration, or just a good idea on what a good test chamber is, then playing other people's creations is the way to go. That way you can see where they went right and wrong. Then you can use that knowledge to improve your own test chambers. Just keep in mind though, your chamber is not going to be noticed right away. It may take some time. Also be prepared to see some criticism from people. Some of it will be good criticism, of course, and some of it may be bad. But it doesn't mean you always have to listen to the criticism. But you should take some of it into account when you decide to make another puzzle. Hopefully, with these little bits of advice you have learned, you can make your puzzle with confidence, care, and effort, and all of your work will pay off in the end, as people will begin to notice your puzzle making skills over time, meaning whenever they see your name, they will know what to expect. Also, don't be afraid to experiment a bit. After all, some trial and error never hurt anyone, not to mention it helps you improve. So go on out there and show the Portal community what you're made of. I look forward to seeing them in the workshop one day. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then give it a like, leave a comment, and subscribe for more content. I'll see you next time.